Understanding female bonding. Hey, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're diving into a fascinating topic, female bonding. If you've ever wondered why women seem to form such deep, emotional connections with each other, or how these relationships differ from male friendships, you're in the right place. Let's get into it. Now, when we talk about female bonding, it's important to note that it's often defined by emotional intimacy. What does that mean? Well, it's all about the connection that goes beyond just surface-level interactions. Women tend to bond over shared experiences, shared feelings, and sometimes even shared struggles. It's not just about spending time together, it's about truly understanding each other at a deeper level. Think about it. Have you ever been in a situation where a woman opens up to another woman, sharing something personal or vulnerable? That moment of honesty, that raw exchange, is where female bonding really shines. It's that kind of trust that builds a strong, supportive relationship. But why is this the case? Why do women tend to form these stronger emotional connections with each other? Well, it comes down to a few different things. For one, women are often more emotionally expressive than men, which means they're more likely to open up about how they feel. They tend to talk about their emotions, their experiences, and their challenges in a way that's often different from how men interact with each other. This openness creates a sense of understanding. When women talk about their struggles, their joys, and their dreams, they're not just sharing facts. They're sharing parts of themselves that connect on an emotional level. This makes their relationships feel more authentic, more grounded. In mutual empathy. Another key point to consider is the way women's friendships are typically structured. There's often a focus on emotional support, which is a huge part of female bonding. When one woman is going through a tough time, her friends are usually the first ones to offer that emotional support. Whether it's a rough day at work, a personal crisis, or just the ups and downs of life, women have a tendency to be there for each other in a way that's empathetic and caring. And here's an interesting thing that comes up in research. Women have a tendency to use these kinds of emotional exchanges to process their experiences. So when a woman shares something personal with a friend, it's not just about venting, it's about processing emotions together. They help each other make sense of their feelings, and in doing so, strengthen their bond. Let's break it down a little more. Female bonding is often built on shared experiences, which naturally leads to shared emotions. These shared experiences could be anything from going through a difficult breakup together, to having similar struggles with body image, or even just bonding over the same favorite TV show. These moments of shared experience make it easier to connect and truly understand what the other person is going through. For example, think about the times when women talk about their experiences with relationships or family dynamics. A lot of the time, it's not just the facts they're sharing, it's the emotions that come with those experiences. There's a sense of "I've been there" that makes the connection stronger. It's not just about telling someone your story. It's about having someone who gets it on an emotional level. This emotional understanding is at the core of female bonding. On top of this, women tend to have an incredible ability to listen. It sounds simple, but it's often underappreciated. When a woman listens to a friend, she's not just hearing words. She's picking up on nuances, understanding underlying emotions, and offering validation. This deep listening helps women connect in a way that feels more meaningful and nurturing. But here's the thing. It's not just about what's being said. It's about how it's being said. Nonverbal communication plays a huge role in female bonding. Think about how often women will give each other knowing looks or offer a comforting touch without saying a word. These nonverbal cues can be just as powerful, if not more powerful, than the words we speak. It's all about creating a safe space where both women feel understood without needing to explain everything in detail. So, in essence, Female bonding isn't just about having a good time together. It's about creating a space where both women can feel emotionally seen and heard. It's a dynamic that fosters trust and mutual respect, and it's why these relationships tend to be so strong and long-lasting. But there's another layer too. A lot of female bonding is also centered around nurturing behaviors. Women are often conditioned to be caregivers, and that caregiving instinct doesn't just stop at family or romantic partners. It extends to their friendships too. Whether it's offering advice, giving comfort, or just being there to listen, women often take on a role of emotional caretaker within their friendships. This nurturing dynamic helps to deepen the bond and creates a sense of responsibility to each other. When someone needs support, women are there to offer it. Now, you might be wondering, does this emotional depth and nurturing behavior always make female friendships easier? Not necessarily. In fact, one of the unique challenges of female bonding is that these deep connections can sometimes lead to emotional vulnerability. And while this vulnerability can be a beautiful thing, it can also lead to conflict or misunderstandings. After all, when you're emotionally invested in a friendship, even small issues can feel magnified. But that's also what makes female bonding so special. Women are often willing to work through these challenges together. They're more likely to address issues head-on, communicate openly, and make efforts to repair relationships when things go awry. The emotional investment that comes with female bonding means that these relationships are often resilient. They may go through ups and downs, but they tend to endure because both people are committed to maintaining that emotional connection. At the end of the day, female bonding is about emotional intimacy. It's about creating relationships that aren't just about fun hangouts or casual conversations. It's about creating something deeper, something more meaningful. These bonds allow women to navigate the complexities of life with someone who truly gets them. And in many cases, that's what makes the connection so powerful. The science behind female bonding now. Let's take a look at the science behind female bonding. You may have heard that women are more likely to form these deep emotional connections. But what's actually going on in the brain when this happens? There's more to this than just emotions. There are actual chemical reactions at play that help strengthen these bonds. First, let's talk about oxytocin, the hormone often called the love hormone or bonding hormone. When women engage in close, supportive interactions, whether it's talking with a close friend or comforting someone in distress, oxytocin levels increase. This hormone plays a huge role in creating trust, affection, and connection. It's the same hormone that's released during childbirth or breastfeeding, helping mothers bond with their newborns. What's fascinating is that oxytocin doesn't just get released when a woman is bonding with her romantic partner. It also spikes when she's bonding with her friends. So, every time you share a heartfelt conversation with a close friend, your body is literally reinforcing that connection at a hormonal level. This is why friendships can feel so comforting and genuine. They're not just based on personal chemistry, but are literally reinforced by your body's biology. Another factor that plays into the psychology of female bonding is mirror neurons. These are neurons in the brain that help us understand and mirror the emotions of others. So, when a friend expresses joy, sadness, or frustration, those mirror neurons are activated, making you feel the same emotions to a certain degree. This helps explain why you might feel so connected to someone after they share something emotional with you. It's almost like your brain is experiencing the same thing. Think about a time when you've been in a deep conversation with a friend about something tough, and by the end of it, you both feel better. It's not just the conversation itself, but your brain is literally syncing with your friend's emotions. And this emotional empathy helps deepen the connection. You can almost feel what they're feeling, and vice versa. Now, while oxytocin and mirror neurons help create emotional closeness, there's also a key factor in female bonding that involves social learning. women tend to be very observant of. Their social environments, picking up on the dynamics of relationships, and learning from each other's experiences. This means that female bonding isn't just about sharing individual emotions, but also about learning from each other. When women share their experiences, especially about things like relationships, work stress, or personal growth, they are offering each other wisdom. These exchanges allow women to learn how to cope with challenges, how to navigate social situations, and how to understand themselves better. This kind of shared learning is essential to the supportive nature of female friendships. By listening to one another's advice and experiences, women build a kind of social knowledge that they can use in their own lives. The bond between women is also shaped by how much they engage in cooperative behavior. Research shows that women, more so than men, are likely to engage in cooperation when working together. This could be anything from tackling a project together to just figuring out how to solve a problem. Women often focus on teamwork and mutual support, which enhances the emotional connection between them. It's about lifting each other up, not just competing. So when you see groups of women working together in a close-knit way, what you're witnessing is not just a casual friendship. It's a group of people engaging in cooperation that helps strengthen bonds. And the cool part? The more you cooperate and rely on each other, the stronger those bonds get over time. It's interesting to note that women often prioritize relational dynamics over individual achievement. In many female friendships, it's not about one person being better than the other or winning at life. It's about supporting each other, helping each other grow, and creating a sense of belonging. This focus on collaboration and support, rather than competition, is a core part of female bonding. You may have noticed that female bonding doesn't just happen in one-on-one situations either. Women tend to bond in groups as well, especially when they share common goals or experiences. Whether it's a mother's group, a book club, or a workplace team, these group settings foster a sense of community that adds another layer to the connection. The shared sense of belonging within these groups allows women to feel more supported and understood, especially when they're all going through similar challenges. In fact, the sense of community can sometimes be just as important as the individual connection. Women tend to value these group dynamics because they provide a sense of security and reinforce feelings of inclusion. Being part of a group can make women feel like they have a built-in support system, no matter what happens in their personal lives. But what happens when things don't go as smoothly in a female friendship? We've all been there, right? There's an argument or something happens that creates tension. Female friendships can be complicated by jealousy, miscommunication, or even simple misunderstandings. But because of the emotional depth at play, women are more likely to address issues head-on. While some friendships might end because of unresolved conflicts, many female friendships endure precisely because both parties are willing to have those difficult conversations. And the beauty of these conversations is that they often lead to a stronger bond. Women are usually very good at resolving conflicts through empathy and understanding, which leads to a deeper and more resilient relationship. It's that willingness to work through conflict, the ability to stay emotionally engaged and deal with challenges together, that really shows the depth of female bonding. These relationships often evolve over time, growing stronger through the ups and downs of life. And because these bonds are based on such deep emotional connections, they can withstand a lot of challenges and still come out on the other side, even stronger than before. The impact of female bonding in life and society so far. We've explored the science behind female bonding and how these connections are shaped by emotions, hormones, and social dynamics. Now, let's talk about the impact of female bonding, not just on individual lives, but also on society as a whole. One of the most significant aspects of female bonding is the way these relationships provide emotional support during times of stress and crisis. Life can throw a lot at us, whether it's personal challenges like health issues, family problems, or the pressures of work, or larger societal challenges like discrimination or inequality. In these tough moments, women often turn to each other for that much-needed support. Think about how often women will reach out to a close friend or group of friends when something goes wrong in their lives. These bonds become a source of comfort and strength. They offer a safe space to express fears, frustrations, and insecurities without fear of judgment. For many women, this support system can make all the difference in how they cope with difficult times. Studies have shown that having a close-knit group of friends can even help improve mental health. The emotional support that comes from female bonding has been linked to lower levels of anxiety, depression, and stress. When women feel like they have a strong support system, it allows them to better cope with challenges and feel more empowered to handle whatever life throws at them. It's not just about handling personal struggles either. Female bonding also plays a big role in empowerment. Women often use their relationships with other women to lift each other up, whether that's in the workplace, in their communities, or even in personal goals. By supporting one another, women build a sense of collective power that helps them navigate challenges and break through barriers together. This is why female friendships often go beyond just socializing. They become a space where women encourage each other to pursue their dreams and take risks. In fact, female bonding can also lead to greater career success. Research has found that women who have strong networks of female friends or colleagues are often more successful in their careers. These relationships offer mentorship, advice, and encouragement, which can help women advance professionally. In a world where women often face challenges like gender discrimination or unequal opportunities, having a supportive network of women can be a powerful tool for success. Let's not forget how female bonding shapes social movements and collective action. Women have historically come together to fight for equality, justice, and social change, and female bonding has been at the heart of this activism. Whether it's advocating for women's rights, fighting for equal pay, or supporting victims of abuse, these bonds create the foundation for larger social movements. Take a look at the rise of social movements like #MeToo or the Women's March. These movements weren't just born from a desire for change. They were built on the emotional connections and shared experiences that women have with one another. The power of women coming together, supported by these deep emotional bonds, creates a collective force that can't be ignored. And this is just one example of how female bonding has an impact far beyond personal relationships. But female bonding also plays a crucial role in family dynamics. Women often act as the emotional glue in families, not just in their relationships with partners or children, but also with extended family members. They're the ones who help maintain connections across generations, ensuring that the family stays close-knit and emotionally supportive. This is especially true in many cultures where women take on the role of caregiver and nurturer, not just for their immediate families, but for their communities as well. On a personal level, female bonding can shape the way women approach their own sense of identity. The friendships and relationships women form with each other allow them to explore different aspects of who they are, whether it's through sharing personal stories, seeking advice, or even engaging in a little self-reflection together. Women can challenge each other to grow, evolve, and be their best selves, and this creates a powerful sense of self-empowerment. The sense of belonging that comes with these bonds also impacts how women navigate societal expectations. There's a certain confidence that comes from knowing that you're not alone. Whether it's standing up to societal norms, challenging gender roles, or simply finding ways to balance work, family, and personal life, female bonding gives women the courage to push back against external pressures and find their own path. Of course, As we mentioned before, female friendships aren't always perfect. There are times when jealousy, miscommunication, or even betrayal can happen. However, what sets many female relationships apart is their resilience. Women often have a unique ability to navigate these ups and downs, whether through open communication, emotional maturity, or simply a shared commitment to the bond. They tend to work through issues in a way that strengthens the relationship, even when there are challenges along the way. This resilience in female bonding isn't just about making the friendship work, it's also about personal growth. Women go through the highs and lows of life together. These experiences shape them into stronger, more empathetic individuals. These bonds teach women how to navigate both the emotional and practical sides of relationships, which, in turn, makes them better friends, partners, and even role models to others. As we wrap up, it's clear that female bonding is about so much more than just being there for each other. It's about creating emotionally rich, supportive, and empowering relationships that help women grow, thrive, and take on the world together. Whether it's a close friend, a mentor, or a larger social group, these bonds offer a sense of community, security, and strength that are absolutely vital in today's world. So next time you're sharing a laugh or a heartfelt moment with a female friend, remember that you're not just bonding over shared experiences. You're also creating something much deeper, something that has the power to shape your life and even the world around you in meaningful ways. Thanks for tuning in to this video. If you enjoyed it, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe for more content, and leave a comment below sharing your thoughts on female bonding. I'd love to hear about your experiences and any tips you have for building strong, supportive relationships. See you in the next video.